Hey, it's Scott Weiss with Lessons on Leaving, your complete guide to funerals. Here with part 2 of how to file a complaint. I mentioned last time on how to file a complaint part 1, there are going to be times where mistakes are made. You want to go ahead and get your situation that you're dealing with resolved, but you also want to help out any future families that may come along after you dealing with that funeral home or that cemetery or that monument company. Make sure that they don't have to deal with some of the things that you went through, and it's just the right thing to do if it's warranted, if it's legitimate to file that complaint. I told you how to do it, told you the phone numbers to call, gave you websites. If you got any questions on that, go back to part 1. All the information is there. But I want to talk to you about things that may not go right. And the first thing you need to do when you start seeing maybe there's a serious problem here is start writing down all the details you can of what occurred. You know how it is, especially in a grief-filled situation. We already talked about your memory's not working right. You can't think, you can't process things right. Write down as much as you can specific notes about what your complaint is, what's the problem. And some of the things that are areas of complaint, I took some notes here, so I want to read because I don't want to forget to say what I wanted to mention, is unexpected or unreasonable cost. In other words, if there's an urn that the least expensive cremation urn that they have is $500 that they offer you, but they have some on the price list that are listed for $150, and they never show you those or mention those to you because they don't really want to sell something inexpensive. That's not proper. Something that's not ethical or unprofessional. Let's say that you made your own casket, and it's something that you are a workman of wood. You made this for your spouse, and they passed away, and now I want to use my own casket, and the funeral director may say something, well, I hope the handles hold up, or I hope the construction is good enough, that it doesn't break apart. This is unprofessional to make comments like that. Also, some situations that might occur, just basic negligence. I mean, they could forget to do some things that you paid for in the contract, whether it's forgetting to get the obituary to the newspaper, or forgetting to get certain products that you wanted to purchase, or do things that you asked for. Those things could legitimately require a complaint. Also, if they just break the contract, you could order a monument from this company and they said, we're going to have it there in 6 months, and then it's a year down the road and they still don't have it. These are things that you can legitimately complain about. And I told you the process of doing it and how to get it done. But I want you to realize, have reasonable expectations. They're not going to come in because the funeral home made a mistake and close the funeral down. The funeral home down. Things like that are not going to happen. Your situation might get rectified. You might get a letter saying they apologize. This is usually a good funeral home, things like that. So there's not a whole lot that's going to happen. But what they're looking for, the Federal Trade Commission or your regulatory board in your state, they're looking for a consistent pattern. If one funeral home is consistently getting these complaints and people are saying these things, they're going to really take action in that case. So don't miss out in filing a complaint if you feel you need to, and be realistic on your expectations. Also, just don't get into an argument with the funeral home at the time. Nothing's going to be successful, or no positive thing is going to come out of you raising your voice or demanding and screaming, and it's just going to make things worse. Recognize what's happening. Go ahead and file your complaint later with your proper institution, or either the FTC or your state's regulations. So, Scott Weiss again with Lessons on Leaving, your complete guide to funerals. Thanks for listening. Hope everything's going well. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. If you're watching this on Facebook or anywhere else, go to my website, scottveiss.com or lessonsonleaving.com, and sign up for the newsletter, and you will get a free 11-page funeral planning guide. Take your time and fill that out, so when the time comes, everything is in place and your family will really appreciate it. So we'll see you next time.